Hi everyone. So for this week's assignment, we were asked to discuss informed consent. What is informed consent? According to the APA Dictionary of Psychology, informed consent is a person's voluntary agreement to participate in a procedure on the basis of their understanding of its nature, its potential, benefits, and possible risk, and available alternatives. In North Carolina, there are specific requirements regarding informed consent. North Carolina's Board of Licensed Clinical Mental Health Counselors states, counselors in North Carolina are mandated to provide a professional disclosure statement to each client prior to the performance of clinical mental health counseling services. It is also required for a counselor to review in writing and verbally with their clients the rights and responsibilities of both counselors and the client. This aligns with the ACA Code of Ethics 2014, Section A.2a. The informed consent must include the nature of all services provided, counselors' credentials, and relevant services, fees, billing information, confidentiality, supervision arrangements, how records will be handled, and more. The goal of informed consent is to ensure the counselor and client understand the nature of the relationship and the types of services that can be expected. It is important to note that each licensure type in North Carolina does have a specific requirement regarding what needs to be included in their professional disclosure statement. Next, I will be discussing professional counseling informed consent. I will be reading a sample of a counselor's disclosure statement / informed consent. This is provided by Step-by-Step Counseling Services. It is about 4 pages long, so I'm not going to read all of it, but I will go over the sections. So, informed consent and professional disclosure. Professional disclosure and consent to therapy. Lauren E. Fail, MS, LC, MHC. Thank you for choosing me as your counselor during this time of need. This document is designed to inform you the counselor process and to ensure that you understand our professional relationship as well as policies. Please take the time to read it carefully. When you sign this document, it will represent an agreement between you and I and will document your consent for treatment. You and I discuss any questions you have at this time. You will receive this copy for your records, and I will keep signature pages for my records. In this consent, it goes over the counselor's education and qualifications, counseling background and services, your rights and responsibilities, benefits and risk of therapy, confidentiality, and in this confidentiality statement it says, all of our communications, including diagnoses, becomes part of a clinical record, which is accessible to you upon request, unless doing so would be psychologically harmful. I will keep anything that you say to me confidential, with the following exceptions: via signing a release and of information form. I determine that you are an immediate danger to yourself and others. I am ordered by a court to disclose information. Information you provide leads me to suspect there is a child and or elder abuse. You are a minor for whom confidentiality is limited to the exercise by your parents and legal guardian. It also goes over fees, referrals, emergencies, professional records, appointments, and ethics and complaints. And at the end, the client and parent, if a minor, has to sign a date. Lastly, I will be comparing and contrasting the content of the informed consent to North Carolina State Board and the recommendations of the ACA Code of Ethics. Section A.2a of the ACA Code of Ethics states, clients have the freedom to choose whoever to enter or remain in counseling relationships and need adequate information about the counseling process and the counselor. Counselors have an obligation to review in writing and verbally with the clients the rights and responsibilities of both counselor and clients. Informed consent is an ongoing part of counseling process, and counselors appropriately document discussions of informed consent throughout the counseling relationship. The informed consent provided by step-by-step counseling covers all required information per the ACA and the North Carolina Clinical Board licensed clinical mental health counselors. Thank you, everybody, and have a great afternoon.